Anywho, go ahead. It's on you.
Are you doing your Cowboys #1 thing?
Because the Cowboys are #1.
You know who's even more #1? Cubs.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know how to start this thing.
That was a good start. You just need to go into it.
Oh, well, we just cut that.
Yeah.
So wait, we started like that? You think we just started with just like nonsensical? We don't even have an intro. It's just us doing something dumb.
I think we should start the video, period.
Oh,
Personally.
well then.
Because Cowboys are #1.
Cowboys are #1
Yep.
for now because they're in a terrible division.
That's not true.
It's
We have
terrible.
two.
It's
We
just
actually
awful.
have. We actually have two of the top teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah,
So.
who do they play though? They play each other. So okay, we're not talking about
Bears fan.
And 10 seconds of the Cowboys is done. So we are going to talk about World Series.
I'm gonna have to speak up just a little.
You think?
Yeah,
No.
the camera's pretty far away.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
We need a boom mic then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got work.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
Cubs win World Series.
Cubs win! Cubs win! So excited. We are based out of Cleveland, and I am a Cubs fan. So, oh well, suck it. I get one in 108 years. Cleveland can wait one more year out of their 60 or whatever. So the one thing I want to ask would be to start off is what is the significance of this for the Cubs? I think this is bigger than the 6 NBA championships that Jordan brought in. I think it's the biggest thing since the Bears won the Super Bowl in '86. And I think it will be the most over-talked about championship in Chicago probably for the next 108 years.
Only if they don't win one next year.
Correct, because
The Cubs are set up to win the next
They
two
are.
or three.
They are, and the worry that I have as a Cubs fan is that we're going to go from the lovable losers to arrogant bastards real quick because we're not going to let this go. I mean, it's been a couple of days since we won the World Series. We are going to feel like it happened yesterday for the next 365 days.
See, that was the thing when the Cavs won. It changed moods for people. Like, people were walking on air for the next 3 weeks.
Yep.
I mean, if you're still not, because when the Cubs won, yeah, the Indians fans were out there. We were all sad, but realistically, we're like, Cavs are still #1, and they're undefeated.
Exactly. So it's like nothing's going to put a damper on the fact that we just broke 100.
I do feel like, Adam, I feel that you are a bandwagon fan, though.
That's completely untrue.
It's not untrue.
No, it's not untrue.
Who is the team you wanted to win the NBA championship?
Cavs.
Haven't won in 56 years.
Oh,
Was it 56 or 52?
52.
52 years. Cleveland has won a championship in 52 years. They win their first. He's Cavs fan.
So
Cubs
here's
haven't won a World Series in 108 years, and he's a Cubs fan.
okay. So I'm a Chicago fan, especially by all the jerseys and shit that I have upstairs.
Arkansas fan.
Oh, well, yeah, that's college. We're not talking about that.
Okay.
So, if we're talking about teams that I like and follow, it goes Bears.
Yep.
It goes Blackhawks.
Okay.
It goes Cubs.
Champions.
Well, yeah, we're champions. Great. Cubs. I'm not a big Bulls fan. I was a
I know,
Jordan
because you're a
fan.
Cavs fan.
Yeah, I'm a Cavs fan.
You
I've
were
always
a
liked the Cavs.
Bulls fan when the Bulls won the championship.
No, I will say, and I think every kid when I was that age back in mid-'90s
That's
was
true.
a Jordan fan.
That's true.
I wasn't necessarily a Bulls fan. And I'll tell you right now that I think the 6 championships that Jordan brought was more nationally for Chicago than locally. Locally, I think Cubs and Bears bring in more fanfare than Jordan did. Yeah, we were great. It's like, Jordan, that's awesome. You bought us 6. But the fans of Chicago care more about football and baseball than they did about basketball.
Well, that's true with most cities, though, I think.
Yeah. Like this, I mean,
outside of LA.
to be honest with you, I would actually venture to say that had the roles been flipped and the Browns won a Super Bowl versus LeBron bringing one for basketball,
yeah.
it would have been 10 times worse because this is a football town.
For sure, but none of us are Browns fans, so it doesn't matter. By the way, the #1 Cowboys are playing the Browns this weekend.
And I am playing Dak Prescott in my fantasy league this week.
Because he is great.
He's going to throw up 1 billion points.
He's great.
And I'll give you 10 more seconds of Dallas. He's going to throw up 10 million points, and he should only throw 10 passes because that offensive line with that running back, they should never throw the ball up in the air, especially with the rookie
Zeke's a
quarterback.
monster.
He is a monster, and that's not because I'm an Ohio State fan. I despise Ohio State.
He's an Alabama fan.
Oh, God, no. I am an SEC fan minus Alabama and Florida. Hate those two
He
teams.
just likes all the great teams.
Those Florida and Alabama ran shit forever in the SEC.
That's fine. Do your thing. Bro.
Arkansas fan and Ole Miss. That's my favorite. Those are
Do
my
you,
two
bro.
teams.
Do you.
I'm going to beat the hell out of you.
Anyway, so the significance to the Cubs, that was the original something, I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to way off topic in this show.
I don't care. Cubs.
Okay, well then let's flip the script. How about talking about that's the second heartbreaking loss World Series wise for the Indians? It's the second time they have blown a 3-1 lead in the World Series. Once in 97, once in 16.
And in 97, I would have been more upset if I wasn't younger. I don't know. I'm bad at math, so I don't know how old I was. But I was much bigger Indians fan back then, and I could name the lineup. You asked me at the beginning of the season who the second baseman was for the Indians. I would have told you, I have no idea.
The second baseman.
Who plays second base for the Indians? And I feel anybody out there who's saying they're a Cubs fan or a Indians fan and all this, if you didn't know who the second baseman was for either of those teams at the beginning of the season, you were not a true fan.
Baez.
You just watched the World Series.
I knew who Baez was before the World
I couldn't
Series
name
started.
Baez if you asked me when I was watching.
I will say, I did
was-
not know, because I'm not a huge baseball fan to begin
Exactly.
with. But I did know Area Under the Beard. I knew Baez. I knew Rizzo. And I knew David Ross because he's been there forever.
I knew Brantley.
Yeah. Who didn't even
Uncle
play in the
Brant,
World Series. And that's a big thing, too.
But I couldn't. If you put him in a lineup, I wouldn't have been able to pick him out. So this didn't hurt me. I wanted to see the Cubs win the series. I wanted to see that happen. I wanted to see the Red Sox do it. The Red Sox did it. Those were like bucket list things, just because I was like, hey, this hasn't been done in a while. Let's see this happen. Those are the only reason I wanted to see that. So I wasn't as heartbroken. I actually after Game 6, I was like, F Chicago, let's go Cleveland. That kicked in. And when that 2-run homer tied it in, the 8th inning, that was
It was a
8th.
2-run. I was thinking about the one where they stole home twice off the wild pitch. I mean,
Kipnis is a monster.
fuck was that? God damn it. What I didn't understand about that move is we pulled Hendricks out, who was rolling, by the way. He had 2 out, nobody on. And they're like, let's pull him out.
Because he was starting to get hit.
But we were 2 out, nobody on, threw Lester in, and made a catching pitch, or a catching switch, and instantly put 2 guys on base, who then eventually stole home on a wild pitch.
Wake up, Cortana, whatever your name is.
She's dumb. And instantly the game is now within reach. It went from being a 5-1 game to a 3-5 game.
That's how that game was meant to be, though.
Oh, no, I'm glad for it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I mean, and I know I've told you this before, I didn't care who won that game.
Because he's not really a Chicago fan until they win the series. You're not a huge Cubs fan if you don't care.
No. Okay, let's just put it this way. I wanted the Cubs to win really, 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 really bad. However, I wish it didn't have to be against the Indians, who have been through the same heartbreak, granted, half as much time.
Yeah, well, that was the biggest difference.
The
The biggest difference between Chicago winning, it's for the city there, because that's what they've been waiting for, but the Cavs winning and bringing the championship to Cleveland changed the city.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely.
If you not from here and you go and watch, it changed attitudes all over, even Northeast Ohio, because we're actually about an hour from Cleveland, so. And you could tell a huge difference when that happened. And I feel the same thing's happening with Chicago over the Cubs win. I feel there's a bunch of Cubs fans out there that are 118 that are like, oh, these guys aren't fans, blah, blah, blah. I've been waiting. There's nobody really 108. But the Cowboys are in first place, though. So we have that going for us.
Christ. Okay. Let's move on from that. Let's transfer into a little bit. The fact that LeBron James now has to wear a full Cubs uniform on December 2nd when they play Chicago because of a bet between him and Dwayne Wade. I think that's hilarious, and I think it's a great sport of both those guys to be able to, let's do this. And I hope it happens. I hope it does a good
I don't
job.
see why it wouldn't happen.
I don't either.
I would see, look, he would do that, honor that. I don't see the NBA having a problem with it because the NBA, unlike other sports, actually cares about their fans and lets them have fun. And lets the players have fun. and lets people enjoy the game. They make rule changes to affect the game in a positive way and don't put stupid rules in there to make it boring.
I feel like you're going into a football discrepancy here.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? No. Goodell sucks. The Cowboys are in first place, so we got that going for us.
Again. Okay.
But yeah, so LeBron's going to be allegedly wearing a Cubs uniform in warm-ups during their December 2nd game.
And that game is in Chicago.
Which is good.
Which is hilarious because that.
But him and Waiter Boys, it's not like a hostile thing. It'll be fun. So
it is.
Hopefully that works out.
Next fun little fact. I just want to throw the Cubs had their parade yesterday. A fun fact that came out of that. That is now the 6th largest gathering of human beings in the history of the world.
I think they actually own the number 1 largest.
No, actually they do not.
Chicago Blackhawks won, and I think that was one.
They're not even on the list.
Really?
Nope. I have the top 10 right here. The Cubs at 5 million people are number 6. Following, I mean, just to give you kind of a
let's run down through
thing of what this is, there was, I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try, but some kind of a pilgrimage in India. There's a quadrillion people in India. Yes.
Kabaddi.
We'll talk about that one day. 30 million people were in this pilgrimage. It was just, I guess they just moved somewhere.
Anyways,
whatever.
Next,
some festival that they had in Iraq. 17 million people. The funeral of some guy also in India.
Oh, these are just gatherings.
These are gatherings. No, these aren't sports things. No, exactly.
I don't care about that. The Pope's probably going to be number 1, right?
Who? No, that was number 1. Was that Indian pilgrimage?
Oh, why are you reading them like that? Why don't you read down?
Because we're going up to the Cubs.
That's terrible. Everybody, now you just ruined it.
Oh, Jesus.
People just want to see what number 1 is.
Nobody cares about a pilgrimage.
Everybody's like, oh, cool, he told us who number 1 is.
I said 30 million people. Do you think that was even close to the Cubs?
I wasn't paying attention.
Of course you weren't. You never pays attention. You know how you know? When you talk to me, you just sit there and go, uh-huh.
Anyways, now you've ruined the list. I don't even care.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, nothing on here is even in America outside of this.
Well, that's why you got to do sporting
how about this one? By comparison, the Red Sox rolling rally after winning in 2004 World Series is estimated to have a crowd of around 3 million people.
I feel
that was a big deal.
That was a big deal. The Cubs one was as well. But when you look at the size of the city compared to like when Cleveland had their parade, it's unreal.
And to be honest with you, like I was at that parade in Cleveland. It was 1.8 million. They suggested.
And people don't live in the actual city really. I mean, there's places to live. It's just this. I mean, you had to drive a long time. Most of those people to go see that parade.
It was a long drive. But anyways, to be honest with you, I don't know. Cleveland could have matched that, I think, but I don't think the city could have handled 5 million people at the same time like that.
No.
Chicago.
There was barely enough shirts to go around as it was for the Cavs.
Yeah, JR still hasn't found it. Which I find funny. He took his shirt off and they instantly scored like 3 runs. Do you know
what?
In the World Series,
Oh.
JR took his shirt off up in their box and they instantly scored 3 runs. So there's something about JR with no shirt. I feel like the Cavs should just be the Skins and the shirts for a Skins game in the NBA for the rest of the year, so they can just throw up points.
You know, if you suggest that to the NBA's commissioner, he would probably put that into effect because he likes to take the opinions of fans and puts them to use and make the game more fun.
Let's switch to basketball. Let's talk about how bad Steph Curry was
I am all about this. Steph Curry and the Lakers.
First of all, Warriors can't seem to figure out the Lakers.
No, it's not that the Warriors can't figure out the Lakers. It is the fact that the Warriors are running. They're running through the exact same thing that the Miami Heat ran through when LeBron came down and Bosh came in, and they didn't mesh that first year. Granted, they still made the NBA championship. Got taken out by Dirk.
No Miskey.
Yeah, got taken out by Dirk, but then they figured it out. So this year, it doesn't shock me, but it's great to see the fact that they put a power team together and they suck.
But not they don't suck. I mean they've lost 2 or 3 games now at this point.
What was their points average per game last year versus what they got last night against the Lakers? They got 97 points, and I know for a fact they were.
I mean, last year they were throwing 110, 120 out
every night.
Easily.
Yeah. What was Steph's stat line on that?
Steph's stat line: 5 for 17 from the field, 0 of 10 from the 3-point line for 13 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. So he's not even getting the ball to Durant, and he's missing shots.
You think those finals, that shot Kyrie took just shook him and he's done?
Oh, I hope so.
Do you think that actually happened?
Oh, I hope so.
Like,
I hope that's what it was.
Is that the moment? Like, Derrick Rose tore it up for a year or two, in my opinion. And I love Derrick Rose. I loved to watch him play, but obviously his turning point was an injury. But this Steph
Can something
lose it?
shake you to your core that you can't? You get the yips permanently.
The shot heard around the world. Step back three in your face on the road, Game 7 with.
By the way, I think Cleveland needs to add something to that whole. So the drive, the fumble, the shot, and then
It's
it was
the
like
block.
the block, the shot, and now we need to say the rain delay.
Yeah, because that's honestly what lost that.
I mean, but the thing is, that could have gone either way. Because when you think about, yes, the Cubs got one on.
No, because
listen.
Go ahead.
Okay. Cubs just blew it. They had it won. I mean, it was the 8th inning. They were up 3 scores, and they blew it. Oh.
I'm listening.
Then they caught up, and they force 10th inning. They get together in their little huddle. That could go one of two ways. That could be a bunch of mopey bastards
Nope.
who be like, what did we just do?
Nope.
We just blew it. Or they rally together and say, all right, we got it here. Let's get out of this. Let's do this. That could have gone either way for them.
Nope, because that took all the momentum out of the sails of everybody. And because we just hit a 2-run homer, and we were coming up into, what was it, the 10th. We still had the momentum on our side. Our bats were starting to come alive. That killed us.
Yeah, it did. But it easily could have gone the other way, too. It easily could have been the Cubs sitting there going,
No.
how did we get in this
No.
position?
No.
Sorry.
Cowboys are in first place, though. We got that going for
Why
us.
is this going to be a thing? I hope they lose the next 4 games.
By the way, yeah, they're playing Cleveland this weekend, which
Yeah,
is
they're not
terrifying.
gonna lose that.
When you're a number 1 team and you're going against a team with no wins, it's absolutely terrifying. Because not only there's no win on this other than you improve your record. You lose, it shakes you up. 2, by the way, speaking of shaking things up, they're the first team to win off of their bye week, I believe, this year. I think that's a fact. That's a fact, I believe.
Fact check that.
Anyways, Steph Curry sucks now because Kyrie Irving shook him to his core, draining the 3 last year. Makes us happy.
Oh, and by the way, the Cavs are still undefeated.
And the Cavs are still undefeated.
And my favorite thing about this season so far is that the Warriors lost that first game, the first night, at home. So I don't have to hear about them being undefeated for half a season. And I don't have to hear about them being undefeated at home until like April or whenever it was.
But
That's my favorite thing ever.
if that starting 5 gets that rolling, and they get that, if they get that, because basketball is very
Streaky.
well, not streaky. I'm talking about when you get that group together and they know what you're doing. You have to know everybody's tendencies, and you get that with time of playing
Get
together.
that chemistry going.
Right. And unlike football, where you can have a game plan and you run your route, you do your job, that's where the guy's going to be. In basketball, it's very free spirit. Like, you're just doing things. And guys are going to know where you're going to be because plays don't go like they do in the NFL.
Which, and the Cavs have that.
The Cavs have that now. That first couple years, they didn't. And like I said, in Miami, the same thing. When you got the Warriors doing the same thing this year. If they figure it out before somebody moves on, they could destroy everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They could. But I honestly think, watching Steph, he still does this thing. Mozgov had a chance on a little floater that I don't know because we gave Timo over to L.A., but he should have put that into like the 5th row. And he whiffed it because he's just, yeah.
He's big. And
Thanks,
crushing.
Timo, man. You did your thing here, but
What I love about the Cavs this year is that it finally feels like Kevin Love figured it out.
and he figured it out last year in the finals.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see that kept rolling. That
Yeah.
he still.
But no, that was he finally figured out what his role was. He got comfortable. He knew he didn't have to be a 30-point scorer. He wasn't the main guy. He didn't have to be the main guy. Just chill, do your thing. People will love you as long
Pick
as
up
we
12,
win.
15
Yeah.
points a night. 10
Don't even.
rebounds,
How many did he have in Game 7?
11?
Look it up. Here, I'll look it up
11.
on my phone.
Yeah, because that's a smartphone. There's no figuring that out.
But I bet you it's under 7.
7.
And I'm not knocking him. He did everything we needed him to do. And that was to stay in Steph Curry's face for like 7 seconds and not let him get off a clean shot. This is where we edit.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys are in first place, by the way. We got that going for us.
Damn you. 93-89. That is still a sweet score to see. Kevin Love was 9 points.
Wow.
14 rebounds and 3 assists on 30 minutes of play.
I mean, he played a long time, but he doesn't have to score a lot of points. We need him to rebound.
14 boards.
And just keep certain people off the glass. Like, you don't even have to get the rebound. Just keep other people out of it. Don't let other people...
Super Draymond Green.
Draymond. I give him respect because he showed respect after the game, so I'm going to respect him for that. But gosh, dang it, I hate that man.
How do you eat soup? Final thing, just a little quick touch on thing. I don't know how much we're going to know. We'll see. The college football playoff rankings will be coming out Tuesday night?
Tuesday night?
Tuesday
That's
night?
election night. That's election night, isn't it?
Oh, God, let's just not talk about that. That is election night, so I care more about this. Currently, if we were to take a top 4 straight from the rankings as they are, Alabama, Clemson, Michigan, Texas A&M. Hi, Johnny. So, Alabama, I think, is super deserving of that spot.
Okay.
I don't think they can be beat.
I've watched about this much college football all season.
Yeah, they're real good.
Yep.
They're real good. Okay.
And the only reason I haven't watched is, one, because I work Saturdays, every Saturday pretty much, and 2, my favorite team is Kent State, and, well, they're awful.
Flash, oh, yeah.
They're awful.
They're so bad.
They are bad.
Even when they had good players.
Are you bleeding?
I might be.
How are you bleeding?
It's a contact injury. Clemson, I'm not buying into yet.
Okay.
Michigan, I think that's a damn good team.
Michigan, Ohio State, I'm excited for that. Which,
Yep.
being in this area, you got to be excited for that, and especially when you got 2 teams that are going.
And especially when you
1-2.
got Ohio State, who has to return from a heartbreaking loss against Penn State a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's right. I
And
forgot about that.
they're now number 6, and they're playing Nebraska next.
I was a big
Who's
fan of
number
Nebraska
10?
when I was younger.
They're number 10. I mean, that's
I only
that would
like
be a
Nebraska
dogfight.
because they ran the option offense. That's the only reason I like
That
it. 'Cause I
game's
thought-
on in 10 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's-
it is.
Turn that
Live
on.
stream? No, probably not.
Not gonna happen.
And then Texas A&M. That's my bubble right there. I believe Washington might be better. I don't know. They got Ohio State, Louisville, Wisconsin, Auburn, Nebraska. So
Well, the Nebraska game's going to depend on tonight.
Yes,
Nebraska
so
can move way up if
they can move
win the night.
way up.
Is it up? Is it in Nebraska or is it at home?
That's a good question. How about? Boop.
We came prepared. Haha, Cowboys stuff because Cowboys are in first place.
No, they're not.
They are. Actually, I think them and the Patriots. No. Yes.
Them and the Patriots. What?
Are in first. The NFC, AFC.
Oh, just overall rankings. Yeah.
We have more wins than
That's in Ohio State.
the Vikings and have 2 losses, right?
Yeah, but I mean, can you really do that? Because I mean, it's not done by AFC, NFC. It's done by the. So if you were to take playoffs.
No, it is done by NFC, AFC.
But it's done by divisions within those 2 rankings. So you've got
We're still in first place in any of those rankings.
New England, Pittsburgh, Houston, and Oakland, with Denver as a wild card.
Wait, so who? How many wins are we talking now? Because Dallas.
7-1.
Okay, so it
4
goes
and 3, 5.
New England and Dallas. That's how that comes out to be. The Cowboys are in first place in the NFC and only 1 win behind the Patriots because they haven't had a bye yet.
Then Dallas, Minnesota,
Cowboys
Atlanta
are in first place.
However,
Dak Prescott.
they are in first place, but only
Run
because Atlanta hasn't been. God damn him. Okay.
First place. The Eagles are in second.
So
They suck.
Dallas is 6-. Yeah, that's great. 6-1 is Dallas. The Falcons are 6-3.
Wait.
They've already played this week.
They played last night.
They rolled last night.
Did they?
Yeah.
2 nights ago.
They haven't had a bye week yet.
2 nights ago.
So, yeah.
Saturday.
They haven't had a bye week yet. So, when they do, I'd like to see where they're at in comparison to Dallas right now. Because Dallas, not that it's going to happen, but it's still possible that they end up 6-2 coming out of this week.
Who?
Dallas.
Because they play the Browns?
You can't count anything. That's why we play the game.
You know why we play the game? Because the New York Giants are going to knock the Philly Eagles down 1 more peg, which is just going to make my Monday so much better. Anyways, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah. There's potatoes in the oven.
Yeah, let's go eat potatoes and bacon.